Kashodanandana Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Jaya Rama, Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Radha Gopinath, Shri Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Shri Nitai Gora Haripa, 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 Nitai Gora Haripa, Nitai Gora Haripa, Nitai Gora Haripa, 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 Nitai Gora Haripa, Nitai Gora Haripa, Haripa, Nitai Gora Haripa. Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Ananta Krishna Vrinda Ki Jai, Vishirata, Shri Chor Gopinath Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shishi Guru and Shri Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So we're reading chapter 7, first canto, entitled The Son of Drona Vanished. Text number 10. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Presha Badrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading Sanskrit, translation prepared by His Divine Grace Apacharinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sutta Uvacha Atmaramascha Munayo Nigrahanta Api Urukrame Kurvanti Ahaitu Kim Bhaktim Itham Bhuttoguno Hari. Would you like to say? Atmaramascha Munayo Yes, yes. Urukrame Nityama Hari. Sutta Uvacha Translation. Sutta Goswami said, all different varieties of Atmaramas, those who take pleasure in the Atma or spirit self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, through freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Prepared by Srila Prabhupada. This is extensive purport. We can read something. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained this Atmarama Shloka very vividly before his chief devotee Srila Sananda Goswami. He points out 11 factors in the shloka, namely 1. Atmarama, 2nd. Munayo, 3rd. Nigrahanta, 4th. Api, 5th. Cha, 6. Urukrama, 7. Kurvanti, 8. Ahaitu 9. Bhaktim, 10. Itam Bhuttaguna, and 11 Sarih. According to the Vishwa Prakasha Sanskrit dictionary, there are 7 synonyms for the word Atma, which are as follows. First, Brahman, the absolute truth. Second, body. Third, mind. Fourth, endeavor. Fifth, endurance. Sixth, intelligence. And 7, personal habits. The word Munaya refers to first, those who are thoughtful, second, those who are grave and silent, third, ascetics, fourth, persistent, fifth, mendicants, six, sages, and 7, saints. The word Nigraha conveys these ideas. First, one who is liberated from nations. Second, one who has no connection with the spiritual injunctions. Who is freed from the obligation of the rules and regulations mentioned in revealed scriptures like ethics, Vedas, philosophy, psychology, and metaphysics. In other words, the fools, illiterate, are archins, etc., who have no connection with regulative principles. Third, capitalist, and also fourth, one who is penniless. According to the Shabda Shoka dictionary, the affix ni is used in the sense of first certainty, second counting, third building, and fourth forbiddance. And the word granta is used in the sense of wealth, thesis, vocabulary, etc. The word urukrama means the one whose activities are glorious. Krama means step. This word urukrama specifically indicates the Lord's incarnation as Vamana, who covers the whole universe by immeasurable steps. Lord Vishnu is powerful and his activities are so glorious that he has created the spiritual world by his internal potency and the material world by his external potency. By his all-pervading features he is everywhere present as a supreme truth. And in his personal feature, he is always present in his transcendental abode of Goloka Vrindavana, where he displays his transcendental pastimes in all variegatedness. His activities cannot be compared to anyone else, and therefore the word Urukama is just applicable to him only. According to Sanskrit verbal arrangement, kurvanti refers to doing things for someone else. Therefore, it means that the Atmaramas renders devotional service unto the Lord not for personal interest, but for the pleasure of the Lord Urukama. Hetu means causal. There are many causes for one's sense satisfaction, and they can be chiefly classified as material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation, which are generally desired by progressive persons. As far as material enjoyments are concerned, they're innumerable, and the materialists are eager to increase them more and more because they're under the illusory energy. There is no end to the list of material enjoyments, nor can anyone in the material universe have all of them. As far as the mystic powers are concerned, they eight in all, such as to become the minutest in form, to become weightless, to have anything one desires, to lord it over the material nature, to control other living beings, to throw earthly globes in outer space, etc. These mystic powers are mentioned in Bhagavatam. The form of liberation are 5 in number. Therefore, an unalloyed devotion means to service to the Lord without desire for above mentioned personal benefits. And the powerful personality of God, Shri Krishna, can be fully satisfied by such unalloyed devotees free from all sorts of desire for personal benefit. Unalloyed devotional service of the Lord progresses in different stages. Practice of devotional service in the material field is of 81 different qualities. And above such activities is the transcendental practice of devotional service, which is one and is called sadhana bhakti. When an alloyed practice of sadhana bhakti is matured into transcendental love for the Lord, the transcendental love and service of the Lord begins gradually developing into 9 progressive stages of love and service under the headings of attachment, love, affection, feelings, affinity, adherence, following, ecstasy, and intense feeling of separation. The attachment of an inactive devotee develops up to the stage of transcendental love of God. Attachment of an active servitor develops up to the stage of adherence. And that for a friendly devotee develops up to the stage of following. And the same is also the case for the parental devotees. Devotees with conjugal love develop ecstasy up to the stage of intense feelings of separation. These are some of the features of an alone devotional service of the Lord. According to Hari Bhakti Sudadaya, the import of the word Idham is complete bliss. Transcendental bliss in the realization of impersonal Brahman becomes comparable to the scanty water contained in the pit made by a cow's hoof. It is nothing compared with the ocean of bliss of the vision of the personality of Godhead. The personal form of Lord Sri Krishna is so attractive that it comprehends all attraction, all bliss, and all tastes rasa. These attractions are so strong that no one wants to exchange them for material enjoyment, mystic powers, and liberation. There is no need of logical arguments in support of this statement. But out of one's own nature, one becomes attracted by the qualities of Lord Shri Krishna. We must know for certain that the qualities of the Lord have nothing to do with the mundane qualities. All of them are full of bliss, knowledge, and eternity. There are innumerable qualities of the Lord, and one is attracted by one quality, while another is attracted by another. Yes, a little bit remains. Great sages such as the four bachelor devotees, Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanandana, and Sanat Kumara, were attracted by the fragrance of flowers and tulsi leaves anointed with the pulp of sandalwood offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, Shukadev Goswami was attracted by the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Shukadev Goswami was already situated in the liberated stage, yet he was attracted by the pastimes of the Lord. This proves that the quality of his pastimes has nothing to do with the material affinity. Similarly, the young cowherd damsels were attracted by the bodily features of the Lord. And Rukmini was attracted by hearing about the Lord, glories of the Lord. Lord Krishna attracts even the mind of the goddess of fortune. He attracts in special cases the minds of all young girls. He attracts the minds of the elderly ladies by parental affection. He attracts the minds of the males in the humors of servitude and friendship. The word Hari conveys various meanings, but the chief import of the word is that He, the Lord, vanquishes everything inauspicious and takes away the mind of the devotees by awarding pure devotional love. By remembering the Lord in acute distress, one can be free from all varieties of miseries and anxieties. Gradually, the Lord vanquishes all obstacles on the path of devotional service of a pure devotee, and the result of 9 devotional activities, such as hearing and chanting, becomes manifested. By his personal features and transcendental attributes, the Lord attracts all psychological activities of a pure devotee. Such is attractive power of Lord Krishna. The attraction is so powerful that a pure devotee never hankers for any one of the 4 principles of religion. There, the attractive feature of the transcendental attributes of the Lord, and adding to this the words "api" and "cha," to this words "api" and "cha," one can increase the imports immediately. Unlimitedly, I'm sorry. According to Sanskrit grammar, there are 7 synonyms for the word api. So by interpreting each and every word of this shloka, one can see unlimited numbers of transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna that attract the mind of a pure devotee. Okay, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gena Gena Chalakaya Chakshurmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadha Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganatmanatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhudam Brijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagadam Varitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radha Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamame Hari Priya Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhubheva Chapanditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtam Deshmi Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityananda Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharya Nirvisheshu Nimani Pracharya. Nama Sheshtama Shiputramata Surupam Rupam Dasagrajam Rupurimat Gurim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivara Horadika Madhava Samprapte Sapritvikripe Shri Guru Bhatana Dusmi. Hare Krishna, Gaur Premananda. So not many attendees today. What's they doing? Chanting?
Yeah.
Sleeping?
Some are sleeping, some are chanting, some are looking for work.
Eating, sleeping. Gaur Premananda. So this is Atmarama Shloka. It's very famous shloka, actually. Describing the power, attractiveness of Supreme Lord and the process of bhakti. So this shloka has been interpreted in many great personalities like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Lord Chaitanya, Mahaprabhu, and many other different great sages as well. So as far as I remember, Lord Chaitanya describes 64 meanings of that shloka to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya in their personal conversation. And the main concept of this, the liberated person who is completely free from all material contaminations, disturbance, challenges, like Atmaram. Atmaram is self-satisfied person, completely pure, transcendental, on the level of Brahman. Brahma Buddha Prasanatmana Shuchetina Kangshati Sarmak Sarveshu Buddhishvimat Bhakti Lakade Param. So he is completely free, pure, and liberated. He out of this world. Doesn't matter. So nothing disturbs him. And this person can be attracted immediately to the qualities of the Supreme Lord. So he immediately attracted to, because Supreme Lord is even more beautiful, attractive, powerful than the feeling of be free from onslaught of Maya or oppression of material energy. So this is Brahmananda, happiness of liberation, free from matter, doesn't compare with the beautiful, transcendental attractiveness, purity, and the sweetness of the Lord. So even Atmarama, those who liberated, they're immediately attracted to the Lord when they feel, they hear the Krishna Katha, Krishna Kirtan, the sound of Krishna's name, and whatever features are connected to the Lord, if they come in touch with, they become defeated. They want to get it. This is a principle which is described in Bhagavad Gita at the beginning. Krishna said, Raso varjam rasopyasam param drishtam nivartate. So if we experience higher taste, lower taste goes away quickly. So we just give it up easily, no problem. So therefore, you are here by this principle, which is essential principle of devotional life, of spiritual life. So as soon as we come in touch with the spiritual life, so we become naturally attracted to that because it's higher, it's more beautiful, it's more sweet. And I remember when I first time heard that I was not devotee, but I heard from the philosophy of Krishna consciousness that originally my nature is Satchitananda. I am eternal, I am full of bliss, and I am full of knowledge. And when I heard it, and then I looked at myself at such desperate condition I was, and my original nature is such a high, such exalted. So I was really impressed. I was thinking, this is the great stimuli or motivation to start my spiritual life, realize this potential, this nature, which is very, impressive. I was thinking, wow. So to live like a worm in a stool, or to realize your nature, like become, like beautiful person with all these wonderful qualities. And one of them is Atmarama. So Atmarama is the nature of the soul. So we naturally self-satisfied. So we don't need anything else from outside. We don't need any to eat sweets or watch something beautiful, observe some forms, attractive forms, or hearing sound, pleasing sound, or smelling some fragrant aroma or gentle touch. So we don't need all these sensory experiences. It's called prithiviti rasa. It's called earthly rasa. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained different levels of rasa, categories. So it's called asat. Asat means jada, temporary, and inert. Inert. So we, by touching, by exchange with these objects, we feel this little kind of enlightenment, I would say. But it's very quickly goes away, right? It's not really stay longer. So it's inert. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained it's called heavenly rasa, svargiya, prithvi svargiya, second level, and this is rasa or taste. Rasa means deep, attractive, amazing experience. In other words, emotion. So another level of rasa experiencing rasa is earthly, or I mean heavenly, svarga. Svargiya rasa means taste of relationships. When we experience different relationship, like friendly feelings, or parental sentiments, or love and affection, all these kind of things. There are 5 roles, and then 7 secondary experiences. It's called gauna rasa, like chivalry, anger, fear, all this. And then also 33 different kinds of moods as well, described by Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami very elaborately broke up all these kind of things and just presented them in the philosophy of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is a science of rasa. And then, beside of these two, there is a supreme rasa in this triangle, Sat, Asat, and Ishvara. Where we discuss Sambandha Jnana, there are three main objects: material nature, Jiva, and Ishvara. So this Sat and Asat, they manifested from the Ishvara. Ishvara, he is our original, complete, whole spectrum of all our experiences. So everything comes from him. So because he is a personified rasa, it's called Rasa Vaisaha. Upanishads declare that He is a full of rasa, and he is actually embodiment of rasa. He is rasa in himself. Akhila Rasamrita Murtih, Prasamara Rudharuch Tarakapali. So Rupa Goswami explained, he is the embodiment or deity of rasa. So he consists of rasa, the sweet, loving mellows. And we are looking for that rasa from a time immemorial. We are Anandamaya Vyasat, we are pleasure-seeking being. So we're looking for where is this rasa? Where? So we try to taste all this world, sat and asat, relationship and that matter, but still, from the time immemorial, we could not get any satisfaction, deep satisfaction to our soul. And whatever role you take up from the end to the Brahma, the creators of the universe, you will never be satisfied with this, all these different experiences or position or levels of perception. So, so Ishvara, he is a supreme embodiment of rasa. And that rasa is called Vaikuntha rasa. Vaikuntha means pure, spiritual, indestructible, transcendental, sweet rasa. And it's permanent, permanent. As soon as you attain it, you never lose it. You never give it up because it's so beautiful, so attractive. So, Supreme Lord, he is embodiment of that rasa. And how we can get to, do we understand God? Can we understand God by our minute intelligence, minute, our small spectrum of instruments, our senses? So we cannot understand God. We cannot perceive, we cannot even imagine, far beyond, way beyond of our imagination or perception or ability. But still we can taste God through the experience rasa. We can taste, we can get this experience. So rather try to understand, do not try to understand intellectually, but try to understand through the rasa. So that's what Rupa Goswami presented to us. That's Lord Chaitanya teaching. He understood the mood in teaching of Lord Chaitanya. He presented his book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, where he explained how we can approach to the absolute, supreme, and how we can taste this rasa. But of course, there are supposed to be some conditions for that. And again, we cannot do it through our senses. We don't have a perfect instruments to experience rasa. So then, but we have a process, which is very wonderful process. It's called bhakti devotional service. And there are different angles of bhakti by which we can, they're like a channels through which spiritual potency, Svarupa Shakti, is going through. And we can get this experience. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryamsha Samya Bhag Ruchibhir Chittam Matsrinyam. So we can get this experience, but probably the best way to experience rasa is through Krishna Katha and Krishna Kirtan, right? But again, so there is some condition. So those who, they're supposed to be pure deliverer of this Krishna Katha and Kirtan as well. Pure deliverer, pure Bhagavat Kripa Patra, it's called. Person who can deliver to us the experience. Because rasa is supposed to be based on tattva. There should be tattva, otherwise rasa will be spoiled. So that person is supposed to know perfectly tattva. So he understood the conclusion of the Vedic scriptures. Siddhanta is there. And then on this base, he can mix the different constituent parts of this rasa and give to us experience. If we're enough pure and if we qualified, if we have adhikara, we can perceive this rasa through him like a transparent via media between God and us. So in other words, if somebody has, he experienced transcendental, parashanubhava, he got this experience. And he is pure and qualified. By speaking, he can deliver to us through his words, emotions, perception. He can deliver us transcendental experience. We can get this experience through association. It's called sadhu sangha. And that person who delivering to us rasa is called guru. So we can get this experience through him if he is qualified, he understands the Siddhanta scriptures, and also he has got this, what is called, beyond of our horizon, sensory horizon experience, beyond, which we cannot go through. So he can deliver to us through he's like become like a, what is called, let's say, channel, and we can get this experience through him. This is representative of Krishna. So this is spiritual master. And we can experience Vaikuntha Ras immediately. Immediately. Like Prabhupada said, somebody asking, Prabhupada, can we purify our karma throughout lifetime if we're going to do like, hard devotional? Prabhupada said, in one moment, you can get rid of all karma. This is Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada. So this is attractiveness of the Lord. Lord is attractive to everyone. He's attractive to not only to the female, but also for male, also for immovable living entities. Stavara, Jangama, Purusha, Yoshita, Vrindavana, Manmanoh. What's the word? He's like transcendental Cupid. Everyone is attracted to him. He's so saturated with rasa, so everyone wants to experience that. And even liberated souls, those who are Atmarama, completely free from all anxieties, all worldly disturbance, completely free, transcendental, they're already eternal. They experience eternity, sat. But nevertheless, they immediately fall into love by come in touch with any transcendental, supreme, divine experience of God. Like for Kumaras, they become naturally attracted when they smell the fragrance of the tulasi leaves from the lotus feet of the Lord. Tulasi makaranda, they become attracted, and they they immediately receive or develop prema. Or for example, Shukadev Goswami, right? He was also Atmarama, highest degree, highest, topmost. But when he heard the shlokas from Bhagavatam, he was completely fascinated, and he ran after those person who was reciting this. You know these 3 shlokas they recited for Shukadev Goswami? You know, when Shukadev Goswami, he came out from the womb of his mother, wife of Vyasadeva, he walked away to the forest and he left behind everything. He said, no, I don't want to have a deal with anything material. So he went out, and Vyasadeva, he was screaming, son, please. But he never turned back. He just walked in the forest. But then he sent his servants and he said, you recite Bhagavatam. And they started to recite shlokas. Barhapitam natavara svayur kanayar karnikarach, Bipram kanagapisam vajaitin chamalam, Ardram puranyam gopavrindih vrindarnyam, Pravishat Gita Kirtis, something like that. So this shloka from Venu Gita, they started to recite, and Shukadeva Goswami, being completely pure, there is no any material tinge, small thing. By hearing this, he was immediately fascinated. He was immediately, his mind gone to that direction. There is explanation, description of Krishna. He's a Pitambara, yellow dhoti with the flute, peacock feather, black, beautiful curly hairs, Tribanda Lita, this Tribendian form, all this description. He was like completely. So pure souls, they immediately attracted. So we're not attracted because we contaminate. This is a way, that's a reason why we're not attracted, because we covered by material qualities, gunas, anarthas. Therefore, one of the stages of bhakti is anartha nivriti. So we have to purify, clean the stage, clear up everything, and then we come to nishtha. Nishtha means steady, focused. You don't have you still don't have taste, but you already steady. You just nothing disturb you. You're just going, like fast track on the highway. There is no any obstacle. You just and then taste comes because you intensify your devotional service because so soon I'm gonna get this taste, and you're just going directly, that quickly, and then taste comes, and you completely, like that. This taste is far beyond of any taste of this world, all these different rasas which we experience now. We attach to whatever we attach to is will be eclipsed immediately by this higher taste. Rasa varjam rasupyasam. And then it intensifies more and more. Then attraction comes, asakti, and then bhava arises. So bhava is ecstatic. So we become in ecstasy, full. And it's not ISKCON slang. Sometimes we're saying, "Oh, Prabhu, I'm ecstasy today." It's just ISKCON slang. It's not really, I'm in ecstasy. Like, "Oh, Prabhu, your class is transcendental." Or prasadam, I'm in trance. This is ISKCON slang. So it's not really, we just using these words, but we don't experience that. But on the level of bhava, you're going to experience all the things. So why we don't experience? Because, and Shukadeva Goswami and Fokurma, they immediately come into stage of trance, ecstasy, bhava, Shuddha Sattva, because Shuddha Sattva, which are beyond of modes of nature, so immediately descends and your heart melted, all these different tastes come out, ruchibhir chitta matsrinyam. So, and you experience ecstatic emotions. Even those emotions manifest through the body, trembling, tears, like hair stand on end, all these different things. So you become completely in ecstasy, and you even you don't pay attention to anyone in that state of in that condition. You don't pay attention. You don't bother. You're not embarrassed. You just experience bliss to such degree. So it doesn't matter who's around you. And that's what Bhagavatam saying. So they're rolling in the dust, they're dancing, they're screaming, they're crying when they're chanting the Lord's name. And Rupa Goswami, he conveyed his experience when he written down in his book Ujjvala Nilamani. He started this book by explaining his experience of chanting the holy name. He said, when I chant in the holy name, it sounded so sweet that I want to have thousands of tongues. When the sound touch or coming through the ears, I want to have millions of ears, and then goes through and come into your heart. So then I want to. He said, then my senses are stunned and mind is completely astonished. So this is a Shuddhanam. This is when Krishna enters into the holy name, and I am experienced like complete bliss. So this is real experience without any contaminations, without any apparata or anarthas. So Atmaramas are like that. They immediately, when they come in touch, so they become completely fascinated. So this is very significant for us because they liberated souls, but still they're attracted. Still they want to taste it. Still they want to experience this. So it's much more higher beyond of Hare Krishna. Therefore, Rupa Goswami explained in his book that bhakti has specific characteristics. Six. It's called first two. It's called Kleshagni Shubhada, but then Moksha Laguta Krit and Sudurlabha. Moksha Laguta Krit means moksha is like Laghuta Krit, means very light. It's very insignificant. Moksha, liberation. It's a great achievement for many different transcendentalists, Atmaramas. But when you experience bhava, it's like very insignificant. It's like tuchka, something not really, like, yeah, that's what moksha is for in compared to bhakti. Yeah, and then further up, when you experience prema, Sandrananda Visheshatmak Krishna Akarshati Chasam. So Sandrananda means unlimited condensed bliss is coming. And even Krishna himself, he become attracted to. When you develop such a level of prema, Krishna himself, he coming to you because he attracted to such a beautiful prema. Because everyone wants to be loved and wants love somebody. So we met after love. So love is very significant. So this is a real life for the soul. Even Krishna himself, because he is the supreme soul, he wants to love, he wants to experience this love. And when devotee possesses love, Krishna becomes your servant as well. You see. So this is a purity, this is a magic of bhakti, this is mystery of bhakti. Therefore, this shloka is interpreted in 64 different ways, explaining all these intricacies, how Krishna is attractive and bhakti is powerful. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Gaur Premanande. Any comments, questions?
Including liberated souls means
Ah,
including liberated souls. Then
including. It's translation.
yeah, in the last including liberated souls. This means that the Lord possesses.
This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities, therefore can attract everyone, including liberated souls. Liberated souls are considered to be higher. They're on the topmost level. They're liberated. All other conditioned souls, they're conditioned. They're fallen. They're attracted to even lower taste. They eat in stool, and they're like hawks. They eat in stool, and they become blissful. So they're conditioned. But Atmaramas, they're supreme. They're on the top level of all, among all others. The different evolution of human consciousness. According to the consciousness, there's some hierarchy. Like, for example, there, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained this list of different levels. First one is at the bottom, immoral, atheist, non-believer, and immoral. He don't have morality. He don't have a faith in God. This is lower level, lowest. Then a little bit higher, moral atheist. He's still atheist, but he has little morality, like this modern society. They have some kind of morality, but mostly they're atheist, right? A little bit higher. Then you go higher. Then moral theist. He's moral and he's a believer. Maybe he's pseudo-theist. He has some different pseudo-belief systems, like probably mundane religion or cheating religion, Kaitava Dharma. But still, he's a top, he's a higher. And then coming real theist who is also moral and he adherent to real dharma, like Vedic dharma. He's a higher. And then finally comes who? Sadhana Bhakta. So Bhakta, who is performing sadhana, he's even higher. So Sadhana Bhakta, he's above all those. And then even higher, Bhava Bhakta. So the goal of sadhana is Bhava. Sadhana, sadhya of our sadhana is Bhava. Sadhya means goal. So we perform sadhana to get Bhava. If you're performing sadhana to get something else, it's not sadhana. Something else, but not sadhana. So sadhana meant to attain sadhya. Sadhya means Bhava. So this is Bhava, and Bhava, those who attain Bhava, they achieve the goal, they become more higher. I mean, they are on the top. Bhavukas and Premi Bhaktas, those who attain Bhava and Prema. So Bhava means beginning of Prema. It's like a dawn before sun rising. What is called? Suryamsha Samya Bhak, Surya Amsha. Little light of the sun is coming. This is Bhava, beginning of Prema, beginning of perfection. So if we'll get this, so we already there, no problem. Sometimes maybe we can experience little abhas. Abhas means semblance. Sometimes maybe you can experience some feelings or some trembling, like some ecstasy, little, is anybody maybe, I don't want to ask you, but anyway, it's called abhas. So it's like a reflection of original bhava, because if you get it, you never lose it. If you get real one, so you never lose it. It's like reflection. Somebody reflected this bhava to you, and you become fortunate to get it. This is also good, but it's not real. It's just reflection. Like real object and reflection are different, right? It's like so, and then bhava is coming. And when bhava is coming, finish. You're out of this world. You completely disgusted with material existence because you got higher taste. You experience bliss, and this is life. Is like it's very boring. You see, there's no. I mean, but you always like very dynamic experience. Your senses are open. You always feel like wow, something happening, very amazing. This rasa is always amazing. Adbhuta, Vismaya, Chamatkara, the different terms for that. Amazing, astonishing, overwhelming experience. You always sweet taste. Spiritual rasa. Material rasa is called prakrita rasa. It comes and then washed away. It's called chapala sukha. Flickering happiness. Flickering. Very, you try to catch it, but it's goes slips through the fingers. This is material taste. And you have to experience in the format bhoga tyaga. A little bit experience, and then you have to renounce it. Because you cannot enjoy all the time, right? Like people, they having holidays and weekend, and then they have to work. They give it up, they work, and then again they have to experience. Otherwise, always work is like it's like a hell, but also enjoying all the time by material rasa. It's boring. They get bored, whatever they're doing. Yeah. So liberated souls, those who are beyond of this world, they rise above the modes, 3 modes of nature, sattva, rajas, tamoic, guna. So they're above. They're free. They're peaceful. Shanti. No disturbance. And they're atmarama, means self-satisfied. They experience happiness from the atma. Peaceful, shanti, everything is. Brahma Buddha Prasanatma Nashuchikina Kankshati Samak Sarvesha Buddha Shumat Bhakti Notpate Param. So they never hanker to anything, and they never what is called Nashuchiti Nakankshati. They're never upset with something. They lost something in the past. They just doesn't care. But they never hanker. They're here and now, and they're happy. They don't want anything from outside. Their experience is more powerful. From inside themselves, they experience more powerful. than to get something to buy or to experience a relationship, with Sat and Asat. Yeah, they're completely happy, Would you like to be like this? Probably you're already there, probably. Atmaram, you're already there.
Yeah.
Atmaram, on Brahma Buddha stage. Looks like, yeah?
My name is Rasat.
What?
Rasatma.
Rasatma. Oh, nice name. That's exactly to the point. Rasa Atma. Atma full of rasa.
Same class was like I was in Goshala Gopalkrishna Maharaj Samadhi.
Which Samadhi?
His Holiness Gopalkrishna was.
Gopal Krishna in Goshala.
I had his class, there was a big class.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
His Grace Vitamana Prabhudas.
Mm-hmm. That's why you're sleeping now on my class. Joking.
That's
Huh?
something I remember. So I asked that question.
Yeah, that's good. So you heard twice. So probably I couldn't deliver for you some
It's okay.
experience of rasa. But anyway. Yes.
Thank you, Guru. It was a beautiful class. Thank you. You beautifully explained how, the goal of sadhana is bhava or prema.
Mm.
But sometimes we see like in a moment like ISKCON also, people lose this track of their goal.
Yeah.
They are doing sadhana, but they don't know where they're going. And it's all very mechanical. And
Exactly.
that that fire to experience, bhava or reach there is not there. You know, that thing is not there. So how can we awaken that again? Like Prabhupada again and again he said, your goal is to go back to body, go back to body.
Yeah.
But sometimes people they're just happy here, they get complacent, they're happy here, relaxed, lazy, happy here. So how can we wake them up and go? Your goal is something else. Don't be comfortable here.
Yeah. To give them enthusiasm, I think. Enthusiasm is key for success. Enthusiasm is like a fuel to drive this car on the highway to back home, back to Godhead. Enthusiasm, utsaha. Utsaha nishay daryata tat karma pravartana. So utsaha is one of the main important, significant quality to drive on a track back to Godhead. And enthusiasm is very important for any activities in any sphere of life, material, whether spiritual material. So material also you have to develop enthusiasm. But spiritual, this is spiritual enthusiasm, which comes from Krishna. That enthusiasm comes from Krishna. Sometimes our enthusiasm comes from the secondary things, like I want to be big manager or a great kirtanier or maybe like good paka brahmachari, something like that. And this is false enthusiasm. It's called utsahamai. Mai. It's temporary. So real enthusiasm comes from chanting of the holy name, association with the Vaishnavas, from the angas of bhakti. So when you getting this energy directly from the source, which is Krishna himself, because enthusiasm, the word comes from the word theo, enthusiasm, theo means God in Greek language. So it comes from the God himself and from his name, form, qualities, from the process, everything which is connected to God. So if you connect with right motivation and strong connection, you get this enthusiasm. You immediately become inspired. So the spark of enthusiasm comes in your heart and you become inspired. And then you can deliver to others, right? You can fire them up by performing enthusiastic devotional service. And you just push them, give them enthusiasm, give them kick, and they just also become enthusiastic. Yes.
Last time, as Prabhu said that we learned from your class that we should focus on bhav stage.
Mm.
So we hear a lot of classes some there are seminars like on how to not be angry, how to not be lustful, this and that. There's different stages, different anarthas. Uh, the way you give class straight to the point. Okay, how to attain bhav? It's straight or
Mm.
like sadhana, and then you give class uh, in keeping the aim of the sadhana in mind.
Yeah.
Straight in the upper level category. So those classes are also important, but these classes are also important, which we sometimes miss. So thank you so much for giving these classes.
Mm.
It's really amazing.
Mhm. Yeah, I think we have to keep in mind our goal, ultimate goal, because there are short-term goals and long-term goal. Like long-term goal is bhava and prema. Maybe not this lifetime. It will not make it this lifetime, but we have to keep in mind, in the back of the mind, because where we're going, otherwise we'll lose our track, like Prabhu said. Why are we doing this? Just, it's too far, too beyond the. So therefore, but we have to keep it in mind and do our sadhana with the purpose to get it, not to anything else. Even it's far beyond, it's far and maybe, but anyway. So we have to keep it, and sometimes miracle happen. It happened immediately because Krishna can give you mercy, right? Our path is part of mercy. We're not doers. So if you do ourselves, it could be many, many lifetimes. But if there is mercy added, so it could happen at any time, because Krishna's presence in this process could happen. So if Krishna please, you can experience, right? So this is mysterious process, devotional service. And I hope into
He has a question, Luis. He's
Yeah.
trying to ask.
No, please.
He said when we join, we get some taste, we get some, so there's some power that you explain like it's a reflection, not real power, but it's a reflection. So we get it sometimes. But then we lose it. He said, or sometimes we fake it, but some days we fail to have that power. So how can we have that every time? That enthusiasm, that taste.
Yeah, ordinary answer that we have to avoid offenses, 10 offenses of the holy name. So normally they spoiled our taste. So taste is there, and when we joined, we was not affected by this because we were pure and we was not aware or conscious about that. And then just Krishna gave to us mercy and we experienced it immediately. But then we started to look through critical mind, through the material vision or anarthas, and we started to what to say? We started to find faults in things, and then we become critical, and all this anarthas accumulated, and our test is gone, finished. Krishna withdrew it. So this detrimental thing, anarthas, offenses, criticism, find faults, don't pay attention to the other Vaishnavas. For example, when you go and you meet Vaishnava, any devotee, and you're not happy by seeing him, finish. This is slight offense. It's called naharsha darshanam. Naharsha darshanam, you don't have harsha means happiness, joy. When you see Vaishnava, you have to smile a little bit and say Hare Krishna at least. If you don't do it, offense is registered. You see? So because other Vaishnava maybe is not happy while you're passing by and you not pay attention to him. He's a personality, but we don't pay. Oh, I saw him last week. It's okay. It's enough. I said to him Hare Krishna last time. So it's enough. So like this, and we accumulated this, and it's become like, heavy burden, so we can experience taste. The remedy for that, one day we have to chant a lot of rounds to clear away all these kind of things. Like, for example, Kaddish is a good day. Kaddish, you just pick up your beats and take a secluded place and chant a lot. And then you experience again, the taste comes back. Again, it comes by chanting with proper mood, repenting all my offenses, crying and pleading for mercy, and you'll feel after a little while, you'll feel everything comes back, and you just again experience this. So this is up to us. So if you want to reestablish this taste, so we have to do it. And in society of the devotees is much easier. We get together, assemble, we sit somewhere in a temple room, Kaddish, we do our vrata. By the way, now is a Purushottam Mass, it's an important mass, month for spiritual practice. And you get 1,000 times more effect than outside of this month. So therefore, it's a time to reestablish our taste, to bring it back, to experience our taste with more intensity, not that like was before, but even a greater taste, because we already experienced in devotional service. We've got some realizations, we've got some little bhakti shakti is already there. So now let us reestablish, because bhakti is indestructible. You cannot destroy your bhakti, even performing offenses, because offenses are material. They stay for a while, but then they're gone. So, but we want to live, we don't want to live with that. So we want to cleanse it away. And this is also through the chanting and ask for forgiveness from the Vaishnavas. Therefore, every day we asking for forgiveness, chanting Vaishnava Pranam, Vancha Kalpatrubhya Shagripa Sindhubhya Paditana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo. Because so many conscious and unconscious offenses, so many, we even not pay attention, we're not conscious about that. Because material life is like that. It's a level of offenses, offensive level. You always offend somebody, and this is like normal in material life. But spiritual life, very subtle, so you have to be very careful. You offend something, finish, your taste is gone. So it's like that. You have to be very conscious, and this is a little bit difficult for non-experienced person. And maybe it's different mode, of operation. So, and sooner or later we have to take it up, otherwise we're gonna like stuck somewhere on a path of bhakti, and then could have give it up because no taste. Yeah. So let us rejuvenate, reestablish our taste again, and be careful and conscious about these offenses. But to be conscious, we have to learn them and repeat them again, and work on that. As soon as you get rid of all offenses, you will experience Shuddha Nam, Shuddha, pure holy name. When you get rid of all 10 offenses, you can experience Shuddha Nam. Shuddha Nam means Krishna enters into the holy name. You feel Krishna directly. Krishna means very blissful, sweet candy, full of rasa. So you become completely, like fascinated. What is called Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. So this is Aprakrita Bhava, and this is like a wish fulfilling gem, Chintamani, full of energies and bhavas and rasa. So as soon as we get rid of offenses, that's what we work on at present. How to get rid of these offenses. That's it. As soon as we get rid of, so we are there, and we just experience bliss and sweet, and our life become blissful, like explaining in the Bhagavad, all the sweet pastimes. So like that. So then Krishna consciousness become very attractive, very blissful. So now is a struggle, but it's good struggle because it's sweet struggle for Krishna. So we're struggling for Krishna, not for Maya or for some temporary things. Yeah, but struggle, we have to put on efforts and break through these layers of anarthas and offenses. All anarthas, main anartha is aparatha. Main aparatha is Vaishnava.